The phones in the Samsung Galaxy S22 series are undoubtedly some of this year's hottest smartphones, and we even have a full review of each variant on our website. However, with the company offering a range of devices, including the S22, S22 Plus, and S22 Ultra, it can be a little difficult to tell the difference between the phones. I'm Harley Moranin with Android Authority, and in this video we are going to be comparing the phones in the Galaxy S22 lineup and hopefully figure out which is right for you. From a design standpoint, the Galaxy S22 and S22 Plus are a natural evolution from last year's models. Both phones feature a flat display panel with slim bezels that aren't distracting, but are still noticeable. The phones now feature Samsung's Armor aluminum around the sides for added strength, while the front and back glass have been updated to Gorilla Glass Victus Plus. Looking at the S22 Ultra, however, the story changes. The S22 Ultra features a larger 6.8-inch screen with an elegant curved edge display, which uses Gorilla Glass Victus Plus. The back and sides of the S22 Ultra use Samsung's Armor aluminum, and the camera module found on the S21 Ultra has been swapped out in this model for a raised camera system, giving the design of the S22 Ultra a cleaner feel from the back. Taking notes from the Note 20 Ultra, the S22 Ultra now comes with a stylus or S Pen, which can be found beneath the device. The S Pen also features a grippy coating that makes it easier to hold onto while writing. The S22, S22 Plus, and S22 Ultra are very well designed phones, so when it comes to design, which phone you choose really depends on what you need. From our testing, we found that the S22 and S22 Plus's smaller size make it easier to hold compared to the S22 Ultra. However, if you are a power user who needs the largest screen possible and would appreciate a stylus, going with the S22 Ultra is a no-brainer. The displays found on the S22 lineup are impressive. All phones feature a dynamic AMOLED display with an adaptive refresh rate of up to 120 Hz and a touch sampling rate of 240 Hz when in game mode. Of course, the standard S22 comes equipped with the smallest display in the lineup, measuring at 6.1 inches, and runs at an FHD Plus resolution and has a peak brightness of 1300 nits. Meanwhile, the S22 Plus has a larger 6.6-inch display, though at the same FHD Plus resolution as the S22. The Plus also has a higher peak brightness of 1750 nits, making its display easier to view in bright sunlight. Of course, the top dog in the display category is the S22 Ultra. It features a slightly larger 6.8-inch display that has a boxier aspect ratio when compared to the display of the S22 and S22 Plus. The S22 Ultra also features a peak brightness of 1750 nits and an adaptive refresh rate from 10 to 120 Hz, which is a greater range than what's offered on the S22 and S22 Plus. The S22 Ultra is also the only phone in the lineup that lets you choose your display resolution in settings. Out of the box, the S22 Ultra's display is set to FHD+, but can be set all the way up to QHD+, and the ability to change the resolution, coupled with the lower refresh rate option, can really help you when you need to preserve battery life. It goes without saying, if you want the S22 with the best display, go with the Ultra. If you want the best bang for your buck, the S22 Plus is a great middle ground as it offers a slightly bigger screen than the S22 and is easier to see in bright sunlight, all with a lower price tag than the S22 Ultra. When it comes to cameras, the phones in the S22 lineup are quite similar. The S22 and S22 Plus feature pretty much the same hardware. On the back of each phone, you'll find a 50 megapixel main camera, 12 megapixel ultra-wide, 10 megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom, and on the front, you will find a 10 megapixel selfie camera. Meanwhile, the S22 Ultra has some upgraded specs, including a 108 megapixel main shooter and an additional 10 megapixel telephoto periscoping camera with 10x optical zoom. Lastly, on the front, you've got a 40 megapixel selfie camera. We've already done a separate video and article on our impressions on the phone's camera systems, and we've actually got more sample photos on our website. However, the gist of it is this. Regardless of which S22 model you choose, you won't be disappointed in the photos and videos you take with it. The quality of the photos from the S22, S22 Plus, and S22 Ultra are strikingly similar, and you'd really have to zoom in to find any noticeable differences between the camera systems. On top of that, Samsung is offering its Expert RAW camera app for all the phones in the S22 lineup, giving users the ability to take 16-bit RAW photos regardless of which device you own. That being said, if you find yourself taking a lot of photos of faraway subjects, the S22 Ultra's second telephoto camera may be worth its price tag. But if you don't really need that 10 times optical zoom, then you're going to be more than happy with the cameras on the S22 and S22 Plus. All the phones in the S22 lineup will come with either a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor or an Exynos 2200 processor. We have a full article on our website that compares the two chips, although from our testing, we found that the processors are more than capable of supplying you with a seamless smartphone experience. We didn't notice any real hiccups when daily driving the phone, with tasks ranging from simple texting to watching video to even gaming. Exynos or Snapdragon, the S22 series phones perform well. Chipsets aside, both the S22 and S22 Plus come equipped with 8GB of RAM and are available with either 128 or 256 GB of storage. Meanwhile, the S22 Ultra will be available with 8 or 12 GB of RAM and with the option of up to 1 TB of storage. Unfortunately, none of the phones support microSD expansion. If you're looking for a phone that is sure to stand the test of time, the S22 Ultra wins, thanks to its plentiful storage configurations and the 12GB memory option, which helps when looking for a more future-proof device. Although, the S22 and S22 Plus aren't slouches either. Both phones still use the same processor as the S22 Ultra, so day-to-day performance shouldn't be that much different. When looking at battery life, this is when the story gets interesting. In our tests, the standard S22's battery wasn't very impressive. The phone comes with a 3,700 mAh battery, which is the smallest one in the lineup, and it clearly shows. My colleague Ryan tested the device, and after a relatively light day, which included checking social media, replying to texts, and streaming Spotify, he had just 30% of battery left. And that's with just roughly 4 hours of on-screen time. On heavier days, with tasks including taking photos, streaming audio to a car, and using navigation assistance, the phone was drained down to 10% by the end of the day. Moving up the line, however, we have the S22 Plus, which features a larger battery and therefore a significant improvement when it comes to battery life. From our testing, the S22 Plus left us with 40% in the tank by the end of the day, and that's with 7 hours of on-screen time. Not only is the S22 Plus's battery much better than that of the standard S22, but the Plus also lasts way longer than the S22 Ultra, which comes with a bigger 5,000 mAh battery. With just 6.5 hours of on-screen time, the S22 Ultra was left with 20% of juice at the end of the day. It's safe to say that if battery life is your #1 concern, there is no question. The S22 Plus blows every other phone in its series out of the water. All S22 phones will ship with Android 12 and Samsung's One UI 4.1. In addition, all models will receive 4 years of OS updates and 5 years of security updates, which is more than Google is providing for its Pixel 6 phones. The S22 Ultra, however, will be the only phone in its series to have S Pen support. So from a software perspective, there isn't much of a difference between the S22 devices. However, if you really need the S Pen, then the S22 Ultra is the obvious choice. The standard S22 starts at $799 and comes with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. However, you can upgrade to 256GB of storage, though that will run you about $849 for the upgraded model. Meanwhile, the base model S22 Plus is available for $999 and also features 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. An upgraded storage option is also available for the Plus, though that's going to be an extra $50. And lastly, the baseline S22 Ultra starts at $1,199, with the top spec configuration priced at $1,599, which is a lot for a smartphone. If you want our opinion, the best bang for your buck is going to be the S22 Plus. It may start at $200 more than the vanilla S22. However, the S22 Plus's bigger battery and brighter display addresses the problems of the standard model and is likely to fare better as a daily driver over time. Of course, if you're a power user who wants a big display, the best cameras, or just yearns for the Note series, the S22 Ultra should be your pick, as long as you're willing to pay a premium. And that about wraps it up for this Samsung Galaxy S22 Series buying guide. But I'm curious, which S22 phone would you buy? Would you get the standard model, the Plus, the Ultra, or would you get a different phone entirely? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and be sure to visit us at androidauthority.com for our full reviews and for more smartphone related content. I'm Harley Moranin, and I'll see you in the next video.